Hi guys, it's Marissa from ID and I'm here with Concrete. Name, age, occupation.
Gavin, 22, and drummer.
Name, age, occupation.
Jericho, 23, accountant.
Name, age, occupation.
Ethan, 21, bio student.
You guys have a song called Risk It All?
Yes.
Yes, you do. I like that song. Yes. What has been the most riskful thing you've done in music so far?
Pursue it at all over getting a degree and getting a real job, because you got to invest a lot of money and you don't make a lot back.
Try to balance a real job and play music at the same time.
Probably the same as that, but also joining Concrete about a few weeks ago and trying to get all the songs down and making sure I have this all set up.
With that being said, Ethan, I know you did just join like you just said. What has been your favorite song to practice with the guys so far?
I mean, I love playing Risk It All. It's a fun one. We're not playing it tonight, unfortunately. But I also like Honey Baby. That's a really fun one to play. Yeah.
And what's your guys' favorite song to perform?
Our favorite?
Favorite? I think since the old Ethan didn't like to play Free Fall, but we're playing Free Fall tonight because he's not going to object. So I'm really looking forward to playing that one.
Probably Better Late Than Never.
I think I'm Big Dumb.
That's our favorite one.
I'm Big Dumb. I'm excited to play I'm Big Dumb. Yeah.
All right, Rother Bay. What does that name mean to you guys?
Oh! Rother Bay.
That's hilarious.
Ask him.
Rother Bay is Brenton's. Brenton, shout out Brenton. We love Brenton. He's the best. That's our old front man. Brenton was a very good friend to me. Rother Bay is one of his old projects. We actually had talked and still kind of might do it about using those, like Rother Bay getting taken down and those songs being absorbed into Concrete.
Oh, I would like that.
So we don't. Something About You, I think that's what one of them's called. That song is so sick. Yeah.
You're all I think about is what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah, but You're All I Think About has 100,000 streams on Spotify.
Crazy.
So that happened 3 years ago when Rother Bay posted that on SoundCloud.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. Do you guys have any advice for those guys 3 years ago who just started getting into music?
My word. To chill out, because when we did it, like, we just went off, I guess, and especially me and Brenton, since it was just us at the start, really just like pounded it and tried to like push it out as much as possible, and it was fun. But I think looking back, I realized I went maybe too hard in some ways and burnt myself out. But I don't know, you can't change it now. It's cool to look back on for sure.
I was 23 years ago. So I would I'm trying to think. I would probably say think about what you want to do and why, and then strive towards that. If you want to make a name for yourself, realize that that doesn't mean anything, because you're only here for X amount of time, and then even if people forget you after you're dead, it doesn't mean anything. So focus on the afterlife.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I'm not like going for music as my like full-time thing, but at the same time, like, I think when I first started, like, you know, I kind of have my own band as well. I let that kind of consume my life. I like spent like nonstop time doing that, and I didn't get where I wanted to be, and I was really upset with that. And then I think it's just kind of like, instead of looking over, seeing like what you could have done, looking over and like appreciating what you have done, you know.
All right, if you guys could play any song that isn't yours and own it, what would it be?
And own it?
And own it. You guys could take a minute.
Fred Hammond. It would have to be Fred Hammond. I've been thinking of somehow making a gospel band just to play Fred Hammond songs.
We do love gospel music. Me and Jericho, when we're working on stuff, it has turned into us just listening to old, like, half preaching, half, like, singing, like, classic gospel music, like Fred Hammond, Kirk Franklin, some Maverick City. Like, we like it when people start preaching at us in the middle of a song, you know? It's like, feel it in your bones. What would it be, though? Rock of Ages, maybe? We've used that to sound check before, but I don't know. We're covering Teenage Dirtbag tonight, and that'd be pretty fun to like have it be our song.
Ethan, do you think that Teenage Dirtbag should be your guys' song?
Absolutely. I think that, I also, kind of a different route, but I love Sinking Ship by Backseat Lovers. I think that would be a great song to like have as like ours, I guess. It's like one of my favorite songs.
Both Ethans love Backseat Lovers.
Shout out Backseat Lovers.
Shout out Backseat
I'm gonna get you guys one day. All right, you guys have a song called The Rain. So, why are you looking like that?
I'm wondering how much
Okay.
you figured out about
You guys
that
have a song called The Rain. Do you think in 1 minute you guys can make a song using the three of your names?
The three of
No.
our names?
The three of your names?
We could
Gavin?
try.
You could
but
try.
It wouldn't be very good.
It doesn't have to be good.
I mean, even when we have time to work on things, like, you see how they turn out. It's still kind of a mishmash, even when we put time into things.
Well, but the thing is, Lorraine, like the whole story behind that is really fascinating. And Gavin, you tell the story.
Lorraine is about my ex, like, landlord. I was living with this 90-year-old lady, and she was lovely at first. It was my first time moving out, and I was very excited to go to college. And as time passed, things, I don't want to, like, thrash her too much for something that people are going to see, but it went downhill very quickly towards the end. And the song, I started it when I was like, oh my word, thank you for giving me a place to live. And the way it ended, like, there were words that we didn't end up using that were like, you're killing me, like, you're killing me, I can't
Like
breathe.
physically killing.
And
yeah.
the way that ended up leaving was I was like deathly sick from essentially being poisoned by my landlord inadvertently. And this is when I lived with Sammy for a couple months. But that is Lorraine. She's awesome.
To make a song about me, it's like debits and credits, microbiology, and then I don't ever know.
Biology.
I didn't learn
Biology
that.
major.
Okay, yeah, something like that. So I
Yeah.
don't know how interesting that is.
We're not, I don't know, we always say it, we're not like that special. We're kind of just a few like random dudes that happen to bump into each other and make music. And honestly, if we could do anything, we'd be like, don't let us make more music, like let someone else make some music and like see that you could go do it yourself. Like, it's not that hard, it's not that like crazy. Like, we appreciate the people that support us, and we'd love to support other people.
That's so good. Lastly, what is next for Concrete?
That's a great question.
You guys can start that one.
Yeah, go
What's
ahead.
next for Concrete? Well, we need to write a lot more, and I think we're gonna plan that out as a band, see what we want to do. We have a lot of energy, we have a lot of ambition, but it's just a matter of how do we direct that. We've had a lot of changes as a band. We've had a lot of risks, I guess you could say. But you know, that's part of it. And so, what do we do with that? I don't have an answer, but we're looking forward to seeing what happens. We all love each other though, so that's the first start. So.
What do you want to do?
What do you want to do, Ethan?
I don't.
Concrete or
Yeah.
here on out?
I don't know. Yeah.
What's the project with Nate called?
I mean, Ian End. Yeah, actually, that's I've been putting a lot of more work into that. But I think I just want to keep playing with them. You know, keep jamming, keep maybe help them write some stuff too. So I think that's what's next. I think for me, but I think like for Concrete as a whole, it's more up to them. You know, it's my first show with them.
It's exciting. You're gonna be great. Do you guys have any last words?
I guess my answer for that last question would be like, for the future, I think throwing that show we did for releasing Lorraine that was kind of like a charity show
Yeah.
and encompassed a lot of different, like we had food that we made for people, and there was like a thrift sale. Did you see it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, it was super fun, and like we had friends that got to make a vlog, and like we had friends that came and played, and friends that was their first show, and people from Colorado playing, and like it was so cool to see the community come out and have it not just be like music, but also like, oh, we're gonna go and do some thrift shopping, or we're gonna go and just meet up with some people and hang out, or we're gonna look at art or something. So I think the future is maybe throwing more events compared to shows, because our goal in the end is to like, we just want to like kind of unite people around Concrete. Like, we don't really care about the band per se or the music.
Yeah.
It's more like, hey, who can we like reach and impact through this?
More
And
than just music.
we've been so blessed and so lucky to like have any sort of small audience via Spotify or Instagram, and like it's been insane to hear from people in other countries or other states, and like then meet these people, or like hear from people. We've had really close friends that like came to us after times of knowing them and would say, hey, like this meant something to me throughout this time where I was struggling with X, Y, or Z, and these are huge problems, and we didn't even know. Like when we did it, I was about to go to college, and Growing Pains was like a throwaway album that me and Brenton thought would turn in. You know, it's just, we don't know what will come of it, but we love to keep reaching people.
I think what you're trying to say is make sure it's not just about music, because that's
It's
just
never been
like, because
about
why
just
would,
music.
like, if it's just for sound, if it's just to like
Yeah.
dance a little bit, it's like that's just, who cares?
We're
you know?
wasting everyone's time.
Yeah.
We're wasting our time, we're wasting your time. Like, if there's no actual human connection, and like we're just like, oh yeah, we're a cool band, then there's
It's
nothing there
worthless,
for
yeah.
us, you know? I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you guys next episode. Good night.